Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is August 23rd, 2017, and today is Wednesday morning. So we got a couple of numbers coming out today. Starting at 9 a.m., Euro number coming out. That's President of the ECB, Draghi, will be speaking. European Central Bank, that is, of course. He hasn't spoken in quite a while, and that should be kind of interesting. So we'll take a look at that in just a moment. But at 4:30 South African time, we also have light sweet crude oil inventories number that's coming out. That's a weekly number that comes out, and we'll look at that as well. So let's see what's been happening in the markets. So we're looking here at the Euro USD, and it's flatlined at 1757, 1760-ish level. We've been in a very tight range the last day or so. Ultimately, we are trading within this range. We're in the middle of that range. Okay, we've got to really break out on these upper limits or the lower limits. Whereas the Euro USD has stayed consistent, the GBP USD has gotten weaker. We're below this support line of 128.40. 4-ish level, as you can see here, and we're trading at 128.21-ish level on the bottom range. So we've broken a little bit lower. The next real support level is 127.73-ish level. As you can see here, we had a previous resistance, subsequent previous support. So, this has been trickling down from 132.39. It hasn't been sustainable, the GBP USD, whereas the euro has held itself versus the dollar. So these are two things you got to keep in mind as you're trading this later this week. Looking at the Aussie USD, also trading within a range, nothing really out of the ordinary. We're in this middle of the range, nothing really happening, per se that's breaking out higher that you should get really aggressive about. Looking at gold though, gold looks like it's solidifying here at 1285, not going down and holding this level. So it's holding this 1282-ish level where it may look like it'll close this gap between 1293 and 1285-ish level. Now it's going to be in a tight range, I think, because it's not, the markets are not really, and the markets are buoyant, okay, and there's still a little bit of insecurity in the market, so it's not going to necessarily go down back to 1212, let's say 1215, where we were just a couple of months ago, but it will, trade in a range between 1282, 1293 until we see some sort of consistency breakout. Okay, now this has been oil's been in a seesaw kind of a trading between 49.93 and 47. So if you see across the board, we're in a tight range. This is summer trading, okay? We're not trending, but we've been, between 47 and 49. We're at this bottom of this range, and this is, kind of like what's expected, okay? The inventories are still consistent. Output is consistent. Markets are not going to pull this back to $100 a barrel. But you do see that there are pockets of these opportunities where you're able to play between these two trading ranges. Okay, looking at the Dow Jones, a big day yesterday for the Dow Jones. We had a 180 plus move yesterday, a little bit farther down. What I'd like to see is in this next rally that we break above this 2192. As you can see, we've really faulted here. Major V move on the way down. Okay, now we're coming back, but we're not closing this sell off where I'd like to see this sell off. Okay, this will prove to me that it's strong if it breaks above 2195, 21,000, 22-ish thousand, around this area. I'd like to see this gap actually filled up before I could say, okay, this is still very strong. Otherwise, I may look to actually short, okay, the next bounce, 21,890-ish level around right here, okay, and the anticipation that may go back down. This is getting into what we call the summer, end of the summer trading session, beginning of September, where we historically have sold off. So this is something where I'm thinking about as this is progressing throughout the week. If we look at actually the DAX actually rallied yesterday, finally covering this sell-off that it's been trending or drifting downwards. We're finally solidifying here at 12,000. We're trading at 12,232. I'd like to see if this is going to turn around. I'd like to see it hit above 1236, 12,364-ish level on the upside. So otherwise, I'm thinking short going into September, and that's my headspace, and then I'm going to act accordingly. This is Fred Razak at CM Trading, and I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.